What's going on, everybody? It's Jermaine back again, and I am going to be reacting to a Jubilee video. I just saw this like not that long ago, so I decided to now watch it and react. It's 6 woke strangers compete to be the most woke. Really? They actually made this? All right, I'm gonna watch this. This should be interesting.
We brought together 6 people who consider themselves woke.
Hi, my name is Adriano.
Jay Lee.
Chima.
Tatiana.
Christian. Jonathan.
And I am
the wokest.
But who's the wokest of them all? And what does that even mean? Using their own personal definitions of the word woke, the contestants will eliminate each other one by one in order to find out who's the most.
Life is great. I'm glad we're sitting down, you know?
Yeah.
It's more comfortable.
So much better.
We'll just start off with a question. How do you define woke?
I think woke is being aware to the social systems that create social inequality amongst disenfranchised people.
I think being woke is more like being aware of yourself and how you perceive things or realities or events that happen.
For me, woke is basically anti-materialism, not falling into like all the expensive stuff a lot of people have.
What about you?
Realizing that you're not the only person to exist and like your perspective isn't the only one. And just empathizing with things that like you never even thought of, like that were problems for people, certain things like that. I feel like it's just like the drive to learn. Like you don't have to know everything, but to learn.
I like
Okay, that's good.
What about you?
You know, I've looked at the definition, but I can't help but feel that if someone first is aware of their own suffering or the turmoil and like the spiritual warfare that's going on inside them, then they're less quick to just cast judgment on someone else.
How I define it, it's about understanding the social injustices that happen, and someone who is woke is someone who is willing to like just listen first, empathize first, and then figure out, not really like a compromise, but figure out what the right path for everything is.
Okay, I have a feeling here this is going to be a bunch of people voicing their own opinions and not listening to each other, and it's just gonna crash and burn.
Disagree slightly about the sense of compromise. There's so much turmoil that is suffered by the lower end of the social spectrum that we can't afford to compromise or just be aware of ourselves.
I want to clarify with compromise, I mean like being able to speak the other person's language to make them understand you. So thank you for clarifying.
I don't know what it's like to be in someone else's shoes. Like let's say someone living in like, you know, Wall Street or Connecticut, but then once that happens, I could find greater compassion and understanding.
Empathy, right?
Yeah.
Empathy is what matters.
Damn, this is really tough.
Yeah.
Because if we're woke, then we have to be
Yeah, we have
like
to be honest about the
understanding.
situation.
Jalen, for example, sorry, Jaylee, I apologize, was all about like self-awareness first, where ours was like outward first.
My opinion is just more like I can't be aware unless I know myself first.
I feel like Adriano's sense of being woke is more of a Buddha enlightenment type thing, which I feel won't push the conversation farther.
We gotta vote.
So I feel like...
Yeah, we gotta vote. So I'm gonna go with you. Yeah, no disrespect or anything.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I think I'm gonna not like this video because this is just cringe, man. Like this is ridiculous. These guys actually made this video.
Like let's not, you know.
So I feel like part of being woke, it is this sense of ideology that is mixed with experience. You don't have to necessarily have the struggle, but I feel like it adds a lot of depth to the conversation. When you have to work like 3 times as hard as someone who is privileged.
What's privilege to you?
Being privileged is having born in a place in society where you have to work less to achieve the same thing as someone else.
But couldn't you still be woke even though you're privileged?
You could, but I feel like you have a lot more to say once you've lived it.
Being a black person in America, yeah, but there's also white people who, you know, come in like shitty situations.
I think that's true, but I think it's unwoke to realize that there's other factors to that. The race factor itself is gonna negate a lot of the opportunities that a poor white person could access.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm 100%.
This guy just said it's unwoke. Oh my, think I'm losing some brain cells from this, man.
100% sure.
Definitely.
100% sure? So that's factual.
And
It is
just
factual
because
based on
and just because you said, oh, there's a black person who's made it here, why can't we all do it? Well, it's like you
It's
can't.
possible.
It's possible, yes. Just because there's outliers doesn't mean that the general population has, you know.
Here's a quick example. There's two, like a white guy and a black guy.
Okay.
They do a crime. Black African Americans are more likely to get a longer sentence.
Okay, we gotta pick.
I have to see.
Well, I don't really like want to focus on race. I only focus on race when it's necessary.
Wow.
So I just want to give the
Black guy
always
got
necessary.
eliminated
I came into this,
second. Okay.
wanting to bring a new perspective on wokeness, because when you think of wokeness,
Wow.
you think of that definition of
Okay.
black empowerment.
All right.
You know, understanding the system. I thought I was gonna be eliminated first, in all honesty.
This
because
is
the definitions we have
interesting.
were more similar.
And not in a good way.
Closer?
Yes.
Yes, get closer.
Oh my God. For me, I like to know what do you know your purpose in life, or where is everyone at in this moment?
For me, I'm a reading interventionist, and just going back to a community that I saw there wasn't much opportunities, and just being there for the kids and kind of creating these pipelines to success, because you know some schools are underfunded.
No, that's good, honestly. Yeah.
I got involved in a lot of like corporate America work. And in there in itself is I realized that, oh my gosh, there's a lot of like microaggressions.
My purpose for me is really just healing. I know I'm a healer, and I know deep down I would love to heal people in ways that, you know, people don't ever get that love and attention you need.
Like,
you know?
how would you heal someone?
I give them a touch, I hug them,
You okay?
I am not trying to invalidate your experience because
20
it's
seconds as well.
100% valid.
Right.
Personally, for me, I feel like we should focus more on policies.
Who do we feel like we identify with the most? There's some, like, is that a way to choose the person?
I
Like,
feel like I identify
yeah, I feel like I
Identify with you.
you
too.
on the
Just 'cause it's,
experience
like,
and you
policy.
on the policies.
I still love your woke, like, but the policy thing and like kind of more driven towards people. I love yours though.
Y'all wanna eliminate the love? That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Y'all
I love you though.
We're not eliminating the
Y'all are
love.
eliminating me.
We're not eliminating the love.
This is
Y'all
about,
need love to do this policy stuff. Y'all know that, right?
You're not woke enough. 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 Like, okay, there's 5 minutes left in this video. Like, I just,
remember, it's not we're saying that you're not woke.
Yeah.
I know.
This is just like a learning discussion.
This man just said it's not that you're woke, but this is a learning discussion. No, the whole purpose of this is to identify who's the most woke, apparently. So if that wasn't the case, and this was supposed to be a discussion, then the format of this video would be a lot different. And it's almost as though Jubilee's poking fun at these people. Like, it just comes across to me as this has to be a joke. Like, who in their right mind would go on a video to be like, I'm the most woke? Like, I get I get to be like, you know, you have to be aware and be mindful, but this is just cringe that's taken to the nth degree.
I'm LGBT, you know, I was put down, I was always isolated, there was always cards stacked against me. I just want to change the system in order to make it fair for everybody to participate in this conversation. Because when you look at Congress, when you look at politics, the people that are there, they don't represent people like us. Right. And even if they have the best intentions, without our experience, you know, are they really going to make the right policies?
Yeah.
I'm from Canada, and it's here as well, but what he's getting at, that's actually not the right way to get at. Yeah, I get it, you know, your experiences that would have an influence there, but if you're trying to get into doing policy making, there's lobbyists, like there's big money that's in politics. That big money influences policymakers, aka Congress, your congressman or congresswoman, the Senate, the White House. The money that's put in politics influences the policies that will affect you. I think we need to start first is actually to get money out of politics, because you won't have that influence on making decisions that are detrimental to you, you know, to your health or to whatever. And I don't think that these guys are looking at it the right way in that sense. Because if you look at it in that sense and say like, oh, you know what, yeah, you know, you have your experiences, you have your, like all that, But hey, the big machine, the big money-making machine with lobbyists and stuff, you know what? Drug company, we're gonna give you $100,000 or whatever the amount is for your campaign. All right, you got elected. Now you gotta do us this favor. Oh, prison system, you know what? We're gonna give you money for your campaign. Oh, you got elected. Okay, now you gotta do us this favor. Right? It's an exchange. These people could have like experiences growing up and going through the struggle, but once you get into Washington, hey man, you owe favors, because if you don't do those favors, oh yeah, those people are not gonna go against you. So I literally, what you gotta really think is you gotta lobby hard to get policy changes, to get money out of politics, and now is a really good time for that to happen. But like this, yeah, I don't know about this.
So this might be against the rules of the game, but I believe, since this is like the woke episode.
Yeah.
Does anybody really have to wear a crown? Because being woke
Exactly.
is
Right.
not about
It's not about who's
winning.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So how about
It's just hard that it's
how about
like that.
how about from this point on, I'll eliminate myself, but then we just end the game. How does that sound?
That's perfect.
For the
No one wears the crown. Let's control the game. Let's
do it.
not these contracts
Okay.
and boundaries. Come on, you guys.
You know
come
what?
on.
I honestly think out of everyone,
like-
I think you should get it because you have honestly.
Well, no, I'm not gonna wear the crown. But come on, sit there a hug. Hey, dude. It was a pleasure, dude.
Thank you for sharing your
Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Group hug, group hug.
Can we just all wear the crown?
Okay. Oh God. So, if eliminated, could please return to the
Oh, okay.
It's against the rules, but I'm not gonna wear the crown. None of us gonna wear the crown. We get back in. Jubilee's like, can you eliminate people? Go and sit back down. I swear, I think, I don't know if this is supposed to be like cringe or is like Jubilee poking fun at these people, but I don't know.
I don't want to wear that crown at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what.
Can I?
You didn't really care about the crown, so or like because you like are like the beautiful wokeness.
You want to switch? No.
No.
Stay there.
Bye.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys take 2 seats on the outside. You could just plug your ears.
Chris from the beginning was very set on it. He felt the most confident I felt when he talked about being like awoke.
And then, like, there was also, it was just only policy driven, but we still have to choose. It has to be among
No,
them,
they're
right?
both really good though. They're both really good.
I'm honest with you
Yes.
guys.
I thought the most
I'm leaning more towards T. In all honesty.
T.
Yeah, let's just.
I'm
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Congrats. The conversation is what's important. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Once I was eliminated, I was listening more. Cause at first I was just like, I was listening, but I was like, it's like I wanted to get my point out so badly, you know. So when I was out the circle, I was like, man, look, I see where he's coming from. I see where she's coming from.
Being woke is a really good thing, and there's so many different ways of feeling that good.
There's no singular definition about what being woke is.
the world really does benefit from each person just being the best example of love that they can be.
That was terrible. The black guy is actually, he went ahead and said, oh, well, once I left, I started to listen. So basically what it comes down to is people were just saying things, but they just weren't listening to each other. I'm part of the millennials, unfortunately. And yeah, this wokeness. Yeah, I don't know. I think this was a terrible video. Let me look at the like to dislike ratio. 13,000 likes, 9.9 thousand dislikes. So yeah, no, not surprising that a lot of people dislike this video. this was terrible. Basically, for me, it came across as just people saying their own ideas, and it's like, oh, okay, well, you're not woke enough, so you're eliminated. Like, it just didn't really seem as though there was much people that were kind of really listening. People were speaking, but no one was really listening. Think for people who are saying that they're supposed to be woke and whatnot, I think you just make that whole aspect of someone being woke look a lot less desirable, essentially. What do you guys think about this? Thank you again for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.